against what he was saying, even in the parliament. And they're a small minority party, which is allowed to exist in terms of our constitution.
But you do allow them to take land.
No.
You do allow them to take land.
No, nobody can.
And then when they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No. There is
nothing happens.
There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately, through criminal activity, are not only white people. The majority of them are black people. And we have now...
The farmers are not black. The farmers are not black. I don't say that's good or bad, but the farmers are not black. And the people that are being killed in large numbers, and you saw all those grave sites, and those are people that loved ones going, I guess on a Sunday morning, they told me, to pay respect to their loved ones that were killed. Their heads chopped off. They died violently. And, you know, I mean, we're here to talk about it, and I didn't know we'd get involved here. But I will say this, that if the news wasn't fake like NBC, which is fake news, totally one of the worst, ABC, NBC, CBS, horrible. But if they weren't fake news like this jerk that we have here, if we had real reporters, they'd be covering it. But the fake news in this country doesn't talk about that. They don't want to talk about it, but now they have to talk about it. But they won't. This won't even be a subject. They'll have him talking about why did a country give a free, think of this, why did a country give an airplane to the United States Air Force? Okay? The United States, not to me, to the United States Air Force, so they could help us out, because we need an Air Force One until that's Air Force One is being built. 2 of them being built. But Boeing's a little bit late, unfortunately. So why did they give us a plane to the United States Air Force? That's what that idiot talks about after viewing a thing where thousands of people are dead.
I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to give you.
I wish you did. I would take it. If your country offered the United States Air Force a plane, I would take it.
Okay. But coming back to this issue, which I really would like us to talk about it very calmly. We were taught by Nelson Mandela that whenever there are problems, people need to sit down around a table and talk about them. And this is precisely what we would also like to talk about, including, of course, trade matters, investment matters. So the issues that concern you as the United States.
Those are all deaths.
Yeah, in many ways, I mean, one should say you are a partner of South Africa. And
Trump is conducting an info war now every day from the White House with these press conferences. Exactly what I said he should do. This is amazing. Good news. They got a bunch of methylene blue in quicker than we thought. It may be so.
Yes, methylene blue is good, and like the Trump was saying, now this is front page news. This has been. We've been talking about this for years. I mean, it's not just South Africa. We're talking about the crooked, hypocritical NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, New York Times, and the list goes on and on. The censorship that has brainwashed, contributed greatly. I would have to say mainly the main brainwashers of the American public by omission. They omitted telling you about Biden. They censored everyone from telling you about the COVID. If you mentioned COVID back in 2020, 2021, 22, through the Biden administration, you could not mention COVID, nothing negative. You could not mention Alex Jones' name, nothing positive, but you could mention, but you could mention negative stuff about Alex Jones. But nothing positive. Why? Because InfoWars, these cats they never went off. They never went down. But the American people thought he went down. Yeah, they shut him down for Sandy Hook. He reported on Sandy Hook, I think, for one segment, and not even a full segment, less than a minute. And the report that he gave was not his original report. He was reporting on a report that had already been made. And it was like, what, 2 years after the fact? They never told you that. You don't even know the name of the shooter. You don't even know who the shooter was that went up in there to Sandy Hook. Now you don't even know the name of the shooter who was on top of the roof that shot at the president and hit him in his ear. You don't even know his name. You don't know that they were on psychopathic drugs and in the deep state mind control programs. Oh, yes. But you have to seek and you'll find. Knock and the door's going to be open. But if you're just going to gobble up all the garbage that you get on NBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, oh, The Last Stop. I'm your host and conductor, Mansa Bay AM. The news is rapid fire right now. It's rapid fire, rapid fire. So I'm here to try to help you to keep up with actual facts. The Last Stop. Living with reality, truth, and consequences.
It's nothing this government can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president.
This is his party leader is his vice president, saying kill the whites to big events. We've seen all this on the show.
We are going to occupy land. Yeah. South African occupy land. That's who we are.
And they passed the laws to take the land. We're doing it. Oh no, we're not doing anything wrong. This is getting good now.
To kill. A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act. Shoot to kill. Gamasa. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer. Pa, 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 pa.
So these people, when you want to heal their heart, go after a white man. And you feel a terrible pain because you have touched a white man.
Be terrible to the white man, go after the white man, be terrible to him. Kill him.
There will be touched, don't worry. But we're starting with this whiteness.
That's the vice leader of the country. Like J.D. Vance.
Gamasa. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer. Pa, pa, pa. Shoot to kill. Gamasa. Kill the poor.
Oh, this is incredible. The corporate media, the South Africans are all working together to cover this up. Trump in the White House is showing it with hundreds of thousands of a sports stadium. There's hundreds of these videos.
Consensus was not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I see the future.
And you understand somebody watching that, especially if it doesn't get shared on Twitter, they freak out. It sounds like a genocidal.
This is basically John Bowles' report we heard last week. It's basically the same clips. Yeah, this is another one of the big parties saying kill all the white people. We're going to shoot them. They're going to run, and then when they run, you don't want them to leave.
Will expropriate land without compensation, whether they like it or not. If they object, they can seek refugee in America.
Now this is very bad. These are burial sites right here. Burial sites. Over 1,000 of white farmers. And those cars are lined up to pay love on a Sunday morning, each one of those white things you see is a cross. And there's approximately 1,000 of them. They're all white farmers, the family of white farmers. And those cars aren't having to stop there to pay respects to their family member who was killed. And it's a terrible sight. I've never seen anything like it. Both sides of the road you have crosses.
Right here, we're looking at government-sponsored terrorism, massacres, and racial identity. The South African president sitting there with President Trump, and he's saying that he does not know where this is. He did not know this was going on. Thankful now for President Trump bringing it to the public now, because it's been going on and it has been hidden. Now it is open.
A Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One, perhaps.
What are you talking about? What does this have to do with the Qatari jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing. We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you're a terrible reporter. Number one, you don't have what it takes to be a reporter. You're not smart enough. But for you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing. They also gave $5.1 trillion worth of investment in addition to the jet. Go back, you ought to go back to your studio at NBC, because Brian Roberts and the people that run that place, they ought to be investigated. They are so terrible the way you run that network, and you're a disgrace. No more questions from me. Go ahead.
All right, let's stop here. We're going to go to break, come back with more on Roger Stone, but this is ongoing right now. This is so historic. Trump throwing the truth in front of the South African genocidal black racist president into the corporate media that tries to cover all this up, throwing it directly in their faces, and the corporate media pivots to the jet they gave the Air Force because Boeing can't produce one, but they can produce a new one for them, the exact same jet. Unbelievable. And to see Trump in live...
And welcome to The Last Stop. I'm your host, Mansa Bay, AM. I tell you, we have breaking news. You've probably already heard some of it. And I'm pretty sure that everybody, not everybody, that a lot of Democrats are shedding a tear for the corrupt, criminal ex-President Joe Biden. He announces that, his office announces that he has cancer. Well, he told us that 2 years ago. So, but now they put out this thing is at the same time when put out the audio tapes of him on his interview that happened back in 23. The Her report that there was the prosecutor that interviewed Joe Biden and said that he was too old to prosecute. He was an old man with bad memory. His mind was so deteriorated that he was a feeble old man that a jury wouldn't convict him of anything. So, but he was well enough to be president of the United States of America. Give me a damn break. He's a criminal, ran a criminal enterprise all of his life. He was a Ku Klux Klansman, along with Hillary Clinton and the like. So I shed no tears for Joseph R. Biden. I said, the hell that he so-called believes in, but he didn't believe in that either. He's supposed to have been a Catholic. Catholics don't believe in birth, in murdering babies. But, the last pope, I think he did. And probably the current pope probably does too. The vicar of Christ, so-called. Christ's representative here on earth. Oh my, oh my. Somebody help me. Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a real doctor in the house? Oh, that must have been a sign from heaven. All right. So I just wanted to come in here this morning and speak to those whoever tune in to my webcast, The Last Stop. Living with reality, truth, and its consequences. So if Joseph Biden told us years ago that he had cancer, what's the big deal now? Oh, it's the cover up. It's the cover up, the cover up, the cover up. You have the news media, so-called legacy news media. They are, so complicit. You got your Morning Joe. This man came on the set and told us that if you don't believe that Joe Biden is in great shape and he's all of this and all of that, then he said, F you. That's what he said. Yeah. F you to the truth. That he said this is the best Biden that he's ever seen. Can you imagine that? The best Biden that he's ever seen? Yeah, that's what he said. He said, F you. So now, Jake Tapper's got a book out and explaining, and now that he said, we were all tricked. We were all deceived. We didn't know that his mind was toast. Obama knew. Yes, I know all you Obama lovers out there. He's a traitor to our country. He's a traitor to the Constitution. If you don't want to say this is our country, that's your prerogative. I can understand that point of view. But however, the Constitution of this country is a traitor to it. He is on record saying, if he could put a puppet in office, I'm not quoting him, paraphrasing, if he could put a puppet in office and he would be in the back running the show, that's what he would like to do. Well, let me inform you, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what he did. He and, what's her face? He and Hillary Clinton. Yeah, both of them. Hillary Clinton. They ran the government by committee, like a Politburo, as they say. This is not the form of government that you voted for. Unelected people, bureaucrats, running things behind the scene, the so-called shadow government, deep state. Come on, people. Where are you? Oh, we're going to shed a tear for Joe Biden, President Trump, whom I respect immensely. But, he had to play politics and put out a nice sympathy note for Joe Biden. I don't have no sympathy note for no devils. I mean, a satanic devil who's caused millions and millions and millions of lives. And it's kind of not fair to say that Joe Biden caused that, because he didn't know what the hell he was doing or saying. He wasn't signing anything. It's an auto pen. If you don't understand about the auto pen, look it up. You got to get educated. You got to educate yourself. This country depends, our lives depend on you being educated, not dumbed down and remaining dumbed down and just love and enjoy your dumbness. Ignorance is not bliss. You will soon feel you're feeling it now. You're feeling the pain and the crunch of your ignorance now, of your willful ignorance, not just because you didn't know. You didn't know because you didn't want to know. Oh, or you knew and you just went along to get along. I was just following orders. So I wanted to come in to those who tune in to The Last Stop. Living with reality, truth, and consequences. Well, who are you, Mansa Bay AM, to say such things? I am that I am. That's who I am, and that's what I am. I got this phrase from Dr. Khalid Muhammad. He said, I'm a truth teller, liar killer, urban gorilla. Huh? Say it again. Truth teller, liar killer, urban gorilla. He added, you gotta be a roughneck. But I can be a roughneck too. But we have to come at this from an educated point of view, because violence is not going to solve our issue, our problems. But when we start killing the lies, yes, I'm talking about you and me, us. We have to kill the lies. We have to kill the lies that we tell to others. But most importantly, and first of all, we have to kill the lies that we tell ourselves. Oh, God help me. Oh, Allah help me to transmit this information to you in the spirit of love. The spirit of love, the love of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's the spirit that I'm in. I'm passionate with it. And I pray that this short message I came and brought to you this morning, oh boy, so much is going through my mind right now with the James Comey, the former FBI director, putting on some seashells, talking about 86-47, kill 47, kill the president. That's what it is interpreted as. Now, some of you say, well, that's not what he meant, or that's not what it means. Well, maybe that's not what it means to you. However, that is what it means to others, to those in whose hearts is a disease. So these type of posts, it increases that disease. So you had 2 attempts on his life right now. And there's some people out there who say, oh, that was faked. Good God Almighty. Well, Allah says in the Quran that if you saw something, if you saw this book coming down out the sky and it split a mountain in half, you still would not believe. So I'm not even talking, I'm not even talking to you, I'm talking at you, but I'm talking to those who understand reality. Those who want to live in reality, those who want to live in that illusionary world, well, that is, again, your prerogative. But don't bring that shh into reality. That shh will not survive in the new world that's being built right here, right now. We talking about heaven right here on earth, right here, right now. You got your bills paid? Do you have to look over your shoulder? Did you haven't done nobody wrong? You've not been a trickster? You got food to eat? You got clothes to wear? I pray that you're in a happy marriage. even a happy relationship, although marriage is required. But however, behold, we're making all things new. So if you're in a committed, contractual relationship, that's acceptable to me. It may not be acceptable to the preachers or the ministers. It may not be acceptable in Christianity, Buddhism, or Islam. But a contractual relationship is sufficient for me, because this is my heaven and or my hell that I'm going to live. I don't have to live your heaven or your hell. That's you. That song is My Prerogative. That was a great song. Great meaning to it. Matter of fact, play it and listen to it. That's your prerogative. But to believe in a lie that you know is a lie, well, that's just unacceptable. That's unacceptable. And if you can rationalize that, which some of you do, the wonderful counselor, Minister Farrakhan, said that we rationalize disobedience. Call it deceptive intelligence, which rationalizes disobedience to God, rationalizes disobedience to truth. We can leave the word God out and just put the word truth in there. Since some of you don't believe in God, or maybe a atheist, that's okay too. So we just put the word truth in there. Rationalize disobedience, disregard for truth. If you are that type of person, well, again, that's your prerogative, but stay away from me, because truth is death follows illusionary dreams, illusionary activity. Chicken eggs and bunny rabbits. You know it's a lie, but you, I can't say we now, I'm talking about you who do, celebrate it anyway, knowing that it's a lie. You know that Santa Claus don't come down the chimney. These are just open, obvious lies that that you now, and I was brought up that way. I'm not trying to get things twisted. I'm untwisting this pretzel that the world had put my mind in, wrapped my head up in pretzel style. Well, you got to twist and you just got to believe in some crazy shit. Oh my. I had another presentation, prepared that I wanted to bring to you. It's with the Dr. Ardis. I call him my internet doctor. ARDIS. Google Dr. Ardis show. And here are some of the things that he has to say about how healing ourselves. We have to be well physically and mentally. They say that a healthy person has 1,000,000 dreams, but a sick person only has one dream. When I'm healthy, I can dream of running in the pastures, playing with my children, grandchildren, building a business, laughing, whatever. But a real sick person, his only dream is to get well. So I'm going to be introducing you to, I'm going to introduce Dr. Ardis on a future broadcast, on future transmissions, so that we can prepare and heal ourselves. Now, I refer to Minister Farrakhan as a wonderful counselor, and that he is. I want to thank you for taking this short time with me. But let me reiterate before I leave you. So-called Joseph R. Biden is and was and is a criminal with his cracked out son, the Hunter Biden laptop, which I'm sure a lot of you didn't believe. Y'all swallowed the camel. You swallowed the elephant. That it was Russia collusion, Russia misinformation, when the FBI knew that it was real. So they said, well, a lot of us have people on crack or cracked out in our family. We have family members that are strung out on dope. Okay, well, so what? Your family member is not in the White House running stuff or helping to run stuff. You didn't elect a cracked out crackhead, pedophile. Oh, man. I'm going to leave this broadcast now because the mood that I'm in right now is not one of forgiveness. Yeah, I said it. Because of the millions of life and the pain that these criminals have caused, I feel that pain. I feel the pain of our ancestors who died horribly and people who are dying right now horribly, living such horrible lives. And why? It's because of policy. Oh, climate change. The earth is going to freeze over. The earth is going to boil over. The earth is going to do that. I wish peace to those who are seeking peace. Assalamu alaikum. La paz usted, mi corazón. I'm your conductor and host, Mansa Bay, and this is the last stop.
And Pfizer BioNTech, they encapsulated in a formulation. It's normal to formulate drugs, to give them structure, and to allow them to travel around the body, slow release, and so on. What did they pick? Lipid nanoparticles, the macro carriers for these molecules, are known to have a characteristic that's rather upsetting. That characteristic is they accumulate in the ovaries of every species tested. This formulation was chosen, in my view, in the full knowledge that it would accumulate in the ovaries of girls and women. That, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, is what's happened to every single female administered this material.
They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what the outcome of this would be. And they did it on purpose. Again, it's hard to fathom the real scale of this. Now, the French government apparently...
It was criminal. It's beyond criminal. I mean, again, what's going to make you understand?
French government admit vaccinated citizens have been injected with mystery nanotech. According to leaked images from the French Ministry of Health, forensic investigators have observed a series of highly unusual phenomena in the body of the recently deceased, all whom have received the full COVID-19 vaccinations. Among the findings, synthetic, unnatural thread-like structures embedded deep in organic tissue, unexplained magnetic anomalies near the injection site, and in several cases, emissions of short-range wireless signals from the bodies of the vaccinated, including frequencies commonly associated with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technology.
You see, they have made us into antennas, human batteries, human antennas. And in the movie The Matrix, they had a lot of bodies in pods, just thousands of pods, and then they had wires running, and they were actually supplying electricity for something. I don't remember totally how that was because I only seen the movie once or twice. But that particular scene illustrates exactly what this French study is talking about. Turning into what's his name? Yuval Noah Harari, this Jewish homosexual man, an abomination. Y'all call it homosexual. He's an abomination to truth and to truth. Because two men can't produce life. It's just that simple. Just as two women cannot produce life. Male and female created us then. Okay, come on. But have turned us into, or Yuval Noah Harari said that the human mind is hackable. Do you get that? Hackable. So yes, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, they got this 5G, so-called 5G. It's actually more than that. They put up all these antennas all over the place when everybody was shut down and locked down in their houses and whatnot from the quote-unquote COVID. But it didn't stop them from working out there and putting up these antennas all over the place. Yes, that's what was going on. So I just had to present this to you from The Last Stop. I'm your host and conductor, Mansa Bay, AM. We're going to take a time out right here. What they say, pause for the cause.